This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shishina Rule. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, taxi drivers on Grand Bahama facing a tough blow as vandals damaged 10 parked vehicles at the Lacaine Harbor's holding area. Our Megan Shepard spoke with the president of the Grand Bahama Taxi Union, and she filed this report.
It was around 6:30 a.m. when Chairman of Transportation Pinder arrived at the Freeport Taxi compound and discovered that a number of vehicles have been broken into. Both private and taxi-owned vehicles were affected. It was then that Chairman Pinder contacted the president of the Grand Bahama Taxi Union, David Jones.
I got a call early this morning that some of the cars have been vandalized. Again, it's an unfortunate situation. Taxi drivers invest a lot of money in their cars, try to take care of their cars the best they can, and situations happen like this. Right now, we're only going to ask the harbor security that they will patrol the area for us, because these persons had a lot of time to do what they had to do. They was able to take tires off of cars, go into cars, search them, break windows, so they had quite a bit of time.
Jones says that at one point there were security cameras monitoring the site, but recent hurricanes have since destroyed them. He said he has notified the port about security issues surrounding the taxi holding area, and plans are in the works for a better system. He says in the meantime, taxi drivers are always reminded to keep their vehicles as secure as possible.
We tell them make sure protect their property. They has a lot of money invested in them, so I know they take great pride in protecting their investment. But again, the security gate has been down. We're in talks now with the port. I wouldn't want to say much because we're in talks now with the port and securing their area properly for us. They promise us that they'll take a look at it, put in some lighting, put up some gates. We will put up some cameras in short order.
Jones says that approximately 10 to 15 vehicles were affected. Tires had been stolen, windows were smashed in, and one vehicle had its entire dashboard removed. While repairmen had arrived to the scene around noon, Jones said police officers were yet to arrive.
We called them. We wanted to get some fingerprints and whatever that they do, but they haven't arrived as yet.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Well, the gas crisis continues here on Grand Bahama. In the midst of a bad gas situation, the cost of fuel has gone up from $5.45 to $5.55. The 10-cent increase comes after the Freeport Oil Company made the decision to discontinue distributing unleaded fuel and offer only a single grade of gasoline to service stations on the island. Now, some motorists took issue with the fact that only premium or super gas is being sold on Grand Bahama. However, Focal said this change is in line with what is happening in other parts of the country. Community activists Troy Garvey and Josh Shiloh believe Focal is taking advantage of the Bahamian people, and they are calling on the powers that be to protect consumers.
How in the world is it that you get bonded fuel that is not, that you don't have to pay duty on, and you charging the same rate as people in Nassau? We're calling on you, sir. I'm making a plea to you to come out and protect the consumers. Otherwise, we'll have to do what we have to do.
Please consider the Bahamian people. Please consider us. Drop it 10 cents, 15 cents on your side as a government. Drop it 10 cents, 15 cents on your side as Focal and the shareholders.
Now, the two say they are speaking out on behalf of the small man in particular. Garvey believes the fuel giant is only adding to an already depressed situation on this island.
On the backs of the people today in this society, when people are having problem buying food, I wouldn't even speak with the power bill. I mean, the people are just suffering, and the corporate people are just putting their foot on the necks of the people while they're down, just to kill them. And I calling on the people of Grand Bahama, how much more you can take?
Well, we contacted the Department of Consumer Affairs, but we were not able to get an official comment. We are now approaching the peak of the 2013 Atlantic hurricane season, and officials at the Bahamas Air Sea Rescue Association are making a special appeal to the boating community. Sabrina Brown reports.
Director of Search and Rescue with the Bahamas Air Sea Rescue Association, Tom Christian, is hoping that boat owners pay close attention to safety measures this hurricane season. He says during this time of year, Basra is usually faced with challenges.
Our biggest concern is basically mooring your boat. making sure your boat is ready for whichever type of hurricane we're going to get, be it a tropical storm, up to a Cat 3, Cat 4. Smaller boats, we recommend that they be taken out of the water on a trailer, taken home. The boat needs to be tied to the trailer. The trailer needs to be tied to something. We also recommend they put water in the boat. We need weight on that boat to keep it from blowing around.
As for bigger boats, Christian says they should be dry docked until the storm passes.
We recommend that if you're at a dock, that every line on your boat be doubled. That if you break a line during the storm, you have time to replace one if you have a backup. Many boats are damaged and lost because they don't have sufficient ropes. They're not prepared for the type of storm.
He's appealing to persons who tie up their vessels in the marina due to an approaching storm to monitor the situation.
We end up out there actually trying to save people's boats that have walked away from them. We've had boats where the storm during Francis and Jean, where a 60-foot sailboat physically broke every rope on the boat in the storm. The only thing that saved the boat was its anchor chains. Make sure your batteries are fully charged, your bilge pumps are functioning, that you have battened down the hatches so you're not going to be getting excess water in the boat.
According to the Basra official, if a boat breaks loose during bad weather, it can create serious problems.
It could crash into other boats, it could tear up marinas, it could be very costly to other persons other than the boater themselves. Another serious problem is if a boat sinks during the hurricane, it's an ecological disaster. We're going to have fuel in the water, we're going to have debris. The cost of salvaging that boat is going to be very expensive. It's going to be a problem for the marina that it's in or wherever it's located.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Well, branch manager at Insurance Management James Carey also offering advice to residents this hurricane season. Carey notes that even as experts have predicted an active season this year, we have avoided experiencing any hurricanes. He says that now is the time to be proactive in gathering hurricane supplies and protecting your home, vehicles, and valuables.
We shouldn't wait to pay attention to those things that are important to us. It's critical that we take the opportunity, times like this, when there's a lull, when we can plan, to look at making sure that everything about us is well protected. It's not just about our property, it's about ourselves, and of course ourselves is the first consideration. We should make sure that all of the things that are recommended to us by the experts that we comply with, that we take advantage of the opportunity to prepare now.
Carey says there are no guarantees as to what can or cannot happen during natural disasters. He stated that millions of dollars are spent every year by residents, businesses, and the government on repairs, but having insurance can ease that burden. Department Head of Customer Support Anton Boleg adds that it is important to not only have insurance, but having the correct type of insurance.
What we realized in the industry last year was that a lot of the homes that were insured properties were underinsured or the coverage weren't adequate. So what advice I'd give clients now is not just insurance management clients, but clients, if anyone, would be to contact your insurer, engage them in a conversation and ensure that all your properties, your vehicles, your businesses, all the coverages are adequate, so there's no surprises in the event of a collision.
Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues right after this.